Welcome to Kansas City Stars Hockey in today's Mid-America High School Hockey League varsity game between the Kansas City Stars and the Northwest Arkansas Ice Hogs. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rob Plamondon, and first things first, I want to wish everyone a Happy New Year. I hope you all had a great holiday, and the 2026 is off to a great start. Well, today's game features two teams that are both on 10-game unbeaten streaks. For the Stars, they've won 8 and tied 2 over that stretch. Meanwhile, the Northwest Arkansas Ice Hogs, after a season-opening tie, have rattled off 9 straight wins. They come into this game with a record of 9 wins, 0 losses, and 1 tie. These two teams met up in the preseason jamboree, and it was a wild one, with the Ice Hogs pulling ahead in the third period for a 9-6 win. But I really don't expect this game to look anything like that. I expect it to be probably a lower scoring game, a little tighter game than what we saw in the jamboree. Northwest Arkansas is led by Max Saunders. He comes in this game with 17 goals and 16 assists. That's second in the league in both those categories, but his 33 points and 3.3 points per game lead the league. His line mates make a very lethal top line. He's joined by Chance Freed, who has 12 goals and 12 assists, and William Sullivan with 8 goals and 11 assists. They make up that top line for the Ice Hogs. But they've got a lot of other players in this team. It's not just about that top line. A lot of other players can hurt you as well. In goal, we expect to see Asher Henkel. He's played all 10 games for the Ice Hogs. He comes into this game with a very solid 1.4 goals against average and .951 save percentage. So the Stars are going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him if they want to put the puck in the net. We'll be back in a moment for the introduction of the starting lineups and the opening face-off. You're watching Kansas City Stars High School Hockey. And as the teams line up for the introduction of the starting lineups, let's turn it over to the man on the public address, the one, the only, the incomparable, Mr. James Taylor.
Between the Northwest Arkansas Ice Hogs and your Kansas City Stars. And today's starting lineup. First, for Northwest Arkansas. At forward, number 4, Max Saunders. At forward, number 11, Chance Freed. At forward, number 98, Will Sullivan. On defense, number 13, Luke Pittman. Number 19, Holden Rankin. And in goal, number 6, Asher Henkel. And now, it's the starting for your Kansas City Stars. At forward, number 9, James Porter. Hold on forward, number 52, Winston Benedetti. And in center net, number 81, Druid Swiper. On defense, number 28, Brody Jensen. And in the defensive department, number 91, Brody Hicks. And starting to goal, number 37, Caleb Wilson. Now the next by Tim Roberts, this is by Mike Zabilski, Matthew Taylor, and Tony Wade.
Well, we're about set for the opening face-off. It's the Mid-America High School Hockey League varsity action right after the new year. The Kansas City Stars and the Northwest Arkansas Ice Hogs. These two teams sit atop the league standings as we head into the second half of the season, the 2026 portion of the regular season. For the Stars, it'll be Gorder, Spiker, Glendenning on forwards, and the defensive pairing of Brody Jensen and Brody Hicks. And it'll be Chance Freed stepping into the face-off circle for the Ice Hogs. And we're underway and the Ice Hogs will send it in off the opening face-off. It's left of the Stars goalie, Caleb Weddlestedt. Played up the boards, Glendenning picks it up there for the Stars. Stick handling up through center, now lost the puck. Freed picks it up, had it knocked off his stick, now regains possession and circles it back inside his own zone. Long pass off the stick of Saunders, goes around behind the net and picked up there by Hicks. Hicks ahead to Spiker. Spiker, puck hit something on the ice, took a funny bounce over to Glendenning. Glendenning with a shot and a blocker save made by Asher Henkel, the Northwest Arkansas goalie, and the puck deflects up out of play. Face-off will be to the right of the Ice Hog goal. Off the face-off, it's chipped out of the zone. Jensen poked at it. Saunders had it bounce over his stick. Now played ahead to Sullivan. Sullivan sends it off the boards. Good play by Hicks to knock it back to center. Grabbed there by Freed. Tried to make a move on Grant, but the puck knocked off his stick. Clark banks it off the boards. That hit Ben Grant and bounces up onto the Ice Hog bench. Opening minute of play here in this game. I want to welcome everyone watching on the Kansas City Stars YouTube channel. Whether you're watching live or on the broadcast, we want to thank you for tuning in. We'll have the face-off at center ice. Off the face-off, it's picked up by Huang. He lost the puck, now lost an edge. Played ahead to Sanders, tried to chip it ahead. A good play by Keenan to keep it in the zone for the Ice Hogs. Now here's Huang with it. Huang got knocked off the puck by Schutzler. Tried to sweep it around as he fell down. Stars not able to get it out of the zone. Now they do get it just out of the zone, and it's sent right back in. And taken there by Reuter up to Sanders. Had it knocked off his stick by Huang. Reuter plays it around for Schutzler. Schutzler up for Grant. Grant with a nice play to spin around, but his pass for Sanders too far. This is going to go just wide of the goal. They waved the icing off. And behind the net, Keener will pick it up. Peyton Keener plays it ahead. Up the right wing side, that's number 95 with a shot. Weddlestedt might have got a piece of that, and the puck deflects up over the glass and out of play. There's number 95, that's the other. I think there's two Keeners on the team. Yeah, Paxton and Peyton Keener. We'll try to get them straight as we move along here. First of two between these two teams. Off the face-off, Tillery plays it ahead. Gorder couldn't control it, and it's spun back for Sullivan. Sullivan banks it off the boards, gets it up to Freed. Freed into the zone, had it knocked off his stick. He falls down. Tillery comes away with it. Tillery and Sullivan collide right along the blue line, and Max Saunders will circle back in his own zone, now in front of his own net. Saunders plays it ahead to Schroeder. Schroeder across to Zarudik. Sullivan gets it into the zone, but Tillery there for the Stars. Banks it off the boards, too far for Gorder. Saunders tried to clear it, didn't get much on it. Bouncing puck just outside the zone. Gorder sends it right back in around behind the net. Puck along the boards, Spiker poked at it. Down in the corner, it's Saunders and Glendenning. Loose puck picked up there by the Ice Hogs and off the stick of Tillery and out of the zone. Emily will fire it back in. Stars will make a change while the puck's deep in the Ice Hog zone. Now here's a pass ahead that's way off the mark and back into the Star zone. Jensen retreats back with it. Off the stick of Morton, ahead to McCray. McCray puts on the brakes, avoids one defender, but Saunders pickpockets him and circles it back up the ice. Still with the puck into the zone at the right-hand side. Now cuts to the center of the ice. Here's a shot. Weddlestedt got a piece of that. Puck went over the net. Now it's behind the goal and down into the corner. Played ahead, McCray with Morton. Morton with the puck trying to get around the defender. Puck squirts down in the corner. Swan sends it back behind the net. Zarudik. His pass hit a player, the puck to the corner, now behind the net. And played around the boards for Sullivan. Bill Sullivan flips it out of the zone, was trying to get it to number 22, who has gotten behind the defense. That's Wang. Here's Jensen with it. Jensen's pass to Swan. Stars are looking to make a change as Morton's heading to the bench. There's number 7 with it behind the net. Over to Pittman. Pittman threw it right through the high, low slot area in front of the net. Now a centering attempt off the stick. Jensen not able to clear it. Pittman sends it back behind the goal up the far side. Hicks plays it ahead. Intercepted by Zarudik. Around behind the net. Swan to Sanders. And the Stars able to get it back out to center, but the Ice Hogs will pick it up there. And it's sent right back in around the boards, up the near side half wall. Pittman sends it toward the net, and that'll be gloved and held by Weddlestedt. Face-off will be to the left, to the right of the Kansas City goal. Off the face-off, Schimmel plays it ahead. Now it's up to Sanders. Sanders will skate it into the zone. He's got 3 Ice Hogs on him. The puck poked off his stick. Sanders able to play it behind there. Paxton Keener back into the head. Now here's a chance for Schutzler, but he tried to get around the defender, and a nice play by Pittman to poke the puck off his stick. And that's sent back down the ice. This will be an icing call against the Ice Hogs. Face off back in the Ice Hog zone to the right of the goal. Back to Schutzler at the point. His pass hit an Ice Hog and the puck comes out of the zone. Reuter sends it back in. Keener along the wall, throws it right in front of his own net. Now the pass comes back to Keener off his stick, back to center. Reuter has it there. Tries to stick handle between a couple of Ice Hogs and wisely gets it back to Schutzler to Reuter. Reuter ahead to Schimmel. Schimmel with a little bit of open ice. Trying to go wide, gets it around through the defender. The defender doing a nice job of not letting him chase after the puck. Now battle for it in the corner behind the net. It's Hwang with it behind the goal, circling there in front of his own net. Avoids the forecheck by Schimmel. And now we'll bring it up the right-hand side. Backhands it into center. Reuter stepped in front of that, had it knocked off his stick. Bouncing puck at center. Grant will send it in deep as the Stars make a change. Clark had it, almost lost it there as the puck took a funny bounce off the boards. Rudy plays it ahead. It comes back out of the zone where Emily will pick it up for the Stars. Over to Tillery. Tillery off the boards for Gorder, who plays it ahead. Clark grabs it there, chips it ahead. Emily with the puck. Emily tried to get around the defender. Grabbed there by Freed. Now Freed was Zalordic. Freed shot wide outside the goal. Glendenning and Keener go run into each other. Now Max Saunders inside of his own blue line. Long cross-ice pass for Sullivan. Sullivan cutting toward the net. Sullivan with a shot. Weddlestedt got a piece of that. Sullivan tried to center it. That was denied by Emily. Behind the net, played along the boards. Chipped out by Glendenning. Backhanded out. Glendenning will send it back in. And it's taken there by Clark. Clark up to Freed off his stick. Played ahead and it's grabbed there by the Ice Hog captain, Chance Freed. Ahead to Sullivan. Sullivan tried to tip it ahead, got it under the stick of Emily. Emily plays it across to McCray. McCray with a nice move. Carries it into the zone, but had it taken away by Saunders up the right wing side. Saunders in the zone with Freed and Sullivan. Makes a nice little move, plays it across. Sullivan lays it down, tried to center it across, but that was deflected off a stick and back into the corner, and the Stars play it back to center with Schroeder back inside his own blue line. Gets the puck up to Freed. Freed had it knocked off his stick. A nice play there by Morton. Freed gets it back to center, carries it in, tries to get it around by Swan, who knocked the puck off his stick. A couple of nice defensive plays by the Stars. Now Saunders circled it around at his own blue line with Morton on the forecheck. Morton doing a good job of keeping him contained there momentarily. Schroeder with the puck for the Ice Hogs. Played it ahead. It's intercepted by McCray, but he had it knocked off his stick. Swan sends it back into the zone, just inside the zone. It's taken out there as one of the Ice Hogs fell down. Over to Morton with a shot and a stick save by Hinkle. Up the boards. Now played across. Here's Nelson with it. Nelson with a nice move around the defender. Nelson to the front of the net. Nelson gets knocked down. We got a whistle as the net got knocked loose, and we're going to have a penalty called against the Stars. It's going to be Brody Hicks going to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 7:57 of the first period, and the Ice Hogs will get the game's first power play. Face-off to the right of the Stars' goal, and right out the face-off, Grant intercepts the pass and sends it down. Hinkle will leave it there for Peyton Keener. He'll set up shop behind his own net. Leaves it there for Saunders. Long pass up to Sullivan. Sullivan into the zone. Tried to leave it there. Lost it momentarily. Now gets it back. Tries to send it down low. That was poked away by Schutzler. Played around behind the net. Reuter and Pittman there. They battle for it. Puck frozen up behind the net. Freed in to help out. He'll dig it out of the pile. Now the puck's still tied up under there, and they're still digging at it. Now Freed does able to kick it loose. Keener had it. Poked off his stick. Over to Schutzler, who hoists it out of the zone. Minute 15 left on the Northwest Arkansas power play. Saunders leaves it for Keener. His pass was off the heel onto the stick of Ben Grant, who plays it back in. The Stars will change their penalty killers as Saunders brings it out, carries it through center. He'll carry it into the Star zone, going wide. Now behind the net, has Sullivan set up in front of the goal. Saunders still with it, back to the point to Pittman. He'll send it toward the net looking for a deflection that hit traffic out in front. Schutzler stick handles it out of the zone. Stars have a 3-on-1. Now the Ice Hogs get back. Here's a shot by Schutzler. Hinkle might have got a piece of it with the glove. Now back the other way. They got a 2-on-1. Play over to Saunders. Saunders to the back end looking for a pass. Now carries it behind the net. Stars with a little bit of break there. Saunders had trouble controlling the puck. Now here's a shot that was whistled up over the glass and out of play. Good play there by Justin Schutzler as he carried the puck out of the zone and actually got a shot off. And back the other way, the Ice Hogs with a 2-on-1. The pass to Saunders, he didn't quite catch it cleanly and got a little bit in too deep before he was able to control it. And by then, the Stars defensemen were able to converge on him and force him around behind the net. Off the face-off, the puck played to the corner. Spiker sends it around the board. It's going to be held in by Huang at the point. Huang skates it down, now plays it across. Back to Keener. Huang with it off a stick. Spiker fell down. Here's a chance. A backhand shot. Save made by Weddlestedt. Puck to the corner. Zadoric bouncing puck right out in front. Still loose. And now Weddlestedt will put the glove down and smother it with 4:58 to play. Just a few seconds after the Stars' penalties expired, so the Stars are back at full strength. 4:58 to play, opening period. Mid-America High School Hockey League varsity action. Kansas City Stars and the Northwest Arkansas Ice Hogs. Face-off control by the Ice Hogs. Here's the centering pass right out in front, and they score. Looked like Weddlestedt might have got the first shot, but then it was knocked in. It looks like it's going to be Rubinek. Rubinek getting the goal. I believe that's 27. That goal with 4:53 to play in the first period. I'm sorry, it's Nordwald 27, not Rubinek. McRae had it. Tillery with it, sends it around behind the net. Leonard along the boards. Clark will keep it into the point. Knocked out by McRae. Ice Hogs gain possession and play it ahead. Here's Nordwall taking a hit by Tillery, banked off the boards. Now there's room in it. He's number 19. Pass ahead to Swan. Swan will play it back to Emily, back in the Stars zone. He'll circle it around behind the net. Gets it up to Tillery, tips it ahead to Morton. Morton had some trouble controlling it. And now we got a whistle as the Stars played it with a hand pass. We'll bring the face-off back into the Stars end. Face-off to the right of Weddlestedt. Freed off the face-off, 6 save made by Weddlestedt. Freed takes it away right in front of the net. Another save. Puck still loose out in front. Stars able to clear it out of danger momentarily. Now they get it out of the zone. Back forward is free, but Spiker stepped in front of that. Porter able to stay on side. Taken away by Saunders. Saunders. Cross ice pass for Keener up to Pittman. Pittman carries it into the Star zone right wing side, drops it back for Sullivan. He gets knocked down as he plays it around behind the net. Pittman back behind the net, centering attempt by Freed. A Spiker there for the Stars. Banks it off the boards for Glendenning. Glendenning up to Gorder. Gorder tipped it there, got stood up by Keener at the blue line. And Saunders with it behind the net. Avoids one defender, plays it up to Freed up the right wing side into the zone. Freed played it across for Saunders. Loose puck off Jensen. Saunders was there, almost had it. Here's a shot and a stick save made by Weddlestedt. Played ahead to Glendenning. Glendenning trying to get around the defender. Pokes it ahead. Pittman got his stick on it as Glendenning lost an edge. Now Pittman circles it near side corner. Plays it off the boards up for Freed. Up to Saunders. Saunders trying to get around the defender. Got checked there by one of the Stars. We got a penalty coming up, and it's going to be Weston Glendenning. Two minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 12:30 of the opening period. And the Ice Hogs back on the power play, second time in the game. Schroeder keeps it in at the point. Sends it down, picked up by Keener. Centering pass, that hit a skate. Bounces back to Keener. Plays it around the boards, trying to get it to Zalordik. And the Stars able to clear the zone. Schroeder back inside his own blue line. Up to Paxton Keener. Goes it through center. Zalordik not able to catch up to it. Grant banks it off the boards and back into the zone. Stolen into the zone by Schimmel. He sends it in deep into the zone. And the Ice Hogs will break out. Zalordik had the pass off his skate. Played back into the zone by Reuter. Zalordik now ahead to Keener. Keener had the puck roll off his tip of his stick as he tried to play it in. Now the Ice Hogs in the zone offside, and we'll have a face-off outside the Stars zone. 1:35 to play, 1:04 left on the Ice Hog power play. Off the face-off, it's sent in around behind the net. Hicks, or rather Tillery, will fire it around the boards and deep into the Ice Hog end, where Saunders will bring it out there ahead to Freed. Freed couldn't control it, and Tillery will fire it back in. Peyton Keener picks it up along the half board, plays it ahead for Freed. Freed up to Saunders. He'll carry it into the zone, right wing side, left wing side rather. Around behind the net, still with it. He blew an edge. Tyre regains his footing, still with it. Keener from the point sends it wide of the goal. Puck came right out in front and deflected just wide. There was Sullivan behind the net for Freed. Freed's centering pass got all the way back to the point, kept in by Saunders. Saunders plays it down low to Sullivan, right out in front. Pittman with a shot that he sent wide, and the Stars able to clear it with 5 seconds left on the penalty. Spiker on the forecheck is going to get there. The penalty's expired, so the Stars back at full strength, but the Ice Hogs able to clear the zone as Freed brings it up the left wing side. Had to cut it back to center, lost the puck. Puck still loose in the slot area, bouncing around. Now ends up wide of the goal. Freed with it in the corner, takes a bump by Swan. Spiker intercepts it, and he'll backhand it high into the air and settle down by Sullivan. And he'll retreat into his own zone, now lifts it out of the zone. That hit a skate there. Swan able to come away with it. Swan with Morton. Swan had it poked off his stick. I think it was Sullivan that got a stick on it as the buzzer sounds ending the first period. And our score at the end of one, it's the Northwest Arkansas Ice Hogs 1, the Kansas City Stars nothing. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back for the second period. You're watching Kansas City Stars High School Hockey. About to start the second period of play. It's Mid-America High School Hockey League, a varsity action. The Kansas City Stars and the Northwest Arkansas Ice Hogs. Ice Hogs are the only goal of that game off a stick of Eric Nordwall, his first of the year. And the Ice Hogs have the 1-0 lead. No carryover penalties, so the teams will start at full strength. Shots on goal in that first period, 13 for the Ice Hogs and just 3 for the Stars. So the Stars are going to have to do a better job of getting the puck to the net. I got not sure what the whistle was for, but a couple players might have been creeping into the circle a little early. For now, he's satisfied, and off the face-off, it's Jensen with it, plays it over to Hicks. Same starting defenseman for the Stars here in the second period. In fact, the same starting 5 for the Stars, and looks like the same starting 5 for the Ice Hogs to start this second period. Loose puck picked up. Here's a chance. Freed sent a tough angle shot and a save made by Weddlestedt. Now here's a pass across. Freed backhands it toward the net. Saunders with a shot, but he lifted it over the net. Stars not able to get the puck out of the zone. Kept in by Ruminek. Comes behind the net. Saunders with it there. Plays it out. Here's Ruminek with a shot. Save made by Weddlestedt, and he covers up the rebound. A little extracurricular activity after the whistle, but nothing will come of it. Apologize to Mr. Rumancic. It's Rumancic, not Ruminek. We'll try to get that clarification here as we go, as I try to learn all the players' names. It's easy with the Ice Hogs. They have nice, clear nameplates on the back of their sweaters, unlike some teams, which you can barely read. I'll play it ahead. Morton will send it in deep into the zone. It's Keener getting there first. Plays it around for Paxton Keener. 2 Keener brothers on the ice. Wang comes back to pick up the loose puck for the Ice Hogs and circles it back through center. Carries it into the zone, trying to get around a couple of Stars there. And they'll knock it away. Swan with the puck behind the net. Over to Schutzler. Schutzler gets bumped along the boards in the corner, but he's able to get it out of the zone. Now we got a race for the puck. Here's Morton chasing after it, but Henkel will poke it to the corner. Good hustle play by Morton. He almost caught up to it, but Henkel gets there first and played it to the corner and back the other way from the Ice Hogs. Nice poke check by Reuter. Then he had the puck knocked off his stick and it's sent back into the Stars' end. Schutzler with Hwang on the forecheck. Schutzler plays it around the boards. You got 3 Ice Hogs in deep. Race for the puck. Schroeder's going to get there first for the Ice Hogs. Gets bumped there by McCray. Now the puck flips to the corner. Schroeder plays it around the boards. Reuter hustling in to keep it in along the half wall. Gets bumped there by a couple of Ice Hogs. Try to play it ahead. Shot comes around front. Here's McCray with a wrister, and he sent it wide. Looks like it might have rolled off the end of the stick and probably didn't get as much on it as he wanted to. Bouncing puck, batted out of the zone by Hwang. Puck comes right down to Hwang, into the zone. Tried to cut it to the center of ice, got stood up there. Now the puck cleared out as it went right in front of the net and out of the zone. Good play by Sanders, here's Schutzler with it. Schutzler around the defender. Schutzler with a shot. And that was wide. Schutzler doing a good job using those long arms and that big frame to protect the puck and get a shot off, even though it was a little bit wide. Kept in by Schimmel. Back to the zone. Leonard chips it ahead. Now we got a breakaway. Here's the Lordick. Lordick with a shot. Save made. Rebound came out in front. It's kept in by the Ice Hogs. Grant comes away with it for the Stars. Then Grant ahead to Sanders. He chips it ahead. Now plays it in the zone. He gets taken hard into the boards. Almost went up over the boards onto the bench. Leonard with it in the corner. Digs it out. Schimmel with an active stick almost poked it away. Pittman with it. And he'll lift it up into the first row here where a Weddlestedt will toss it back over the glass and onto the ice. Schroeder plays it around Glendenning. Intercept the pass, tried to center it. That was denied. Leonard had it, lost it. Well, the puck chipped out into the blue line. Spiker digging at it. Leonard plays it into the Stars zone where Asher Emily comes away with it for the Stars. Pass up to Glendenning, leaves it for Gorder. Gorder up the right-hand side. Gorder cutting around behind the net. I'm sorry, that's Tillery. Tillery puts a body on an Ice Hog, and they're going to call a penalty for that? You got to be kidding me. This is going to go against Northwest Arkansas. The Stars are going to go on the power play. It's Pittman, Luke Pittman to the box for 2 minutes. I didn't see what they called him. It was interference or what it was. But the Stars go on the power play for the first time in this game. A fireball power play. Oh, Kansas City Stars power play is brought to you by Fireball. Off the face-off, it's Saunders carrying it the other way, short-handed. A good poke check by Jensen. Northwest Arkansas controlling the play. They're short-handed. Here's Saunders with a shot. And that'll be snagged out of the air by Weddlestedt. I was about to finish my sponsor promo. All power plays brought to you by Fireball, the preferred cinnamon whiskey for all Kansas City Stars high school hockey parents. Off the face-off, it's Jensen up to Grant. Grant chips it ahead for Spiker. Spiker will carry it in with Glendenning. Spiker with a shot. Puck came right out in front. Off the save by Henkel. Here's a shot that was blocked. Gorder doing a good job, but now it's played ahead to Freed. Freed bringing it in. A good defensive play. The puck loose right out in front. Here's a chance, a shot that hit the goalpost by Keener. It was a tough angle shot. It hit the pipe. Saunders with it out front. His shot, that hit the goalpost. Back in his own zone to Sullivan. He'll backhand it there for Saunders. A minute left in the Stars power play. Keener ahead to Sullivan up the right wing side. Here's a shot. And Sullivan will score. And for Bill Sullivan, that is goal number 9.
Goal number 98, Bill Sullivan. Assisted by number 2, Peyton Keener.
Keener with the assist. Peyton Keener, that is. That's a shorthanded goal for the Ice Hogs. Here's Schimmel with it. Schimmel had it knocked off his stick. Schutzler comes away with it. Schutzler sends it toward the net, tried to get it to McCray, who was cutting in, but it's just out of his reach. Reuter pinching in down low to Schimmel. Schimmel up the boards. Now to the forehand. Swan out in front. Puck ends up at the side of the net, and it looks like Henkel's got it frozen there. along the side of the goal. 30 seconds left on the Stars power play. Off the face-off here, the shot that was blocked. And the Stars not able to keep it in, and hustling down the ice out of the goal is Weddle set to play it ahead. Got it to Schutzler, gets it up to Sanders. Sanders, his pass was off a skate on the Stars trying to poke it in the zone. Still not able to get in. It's kicked in by Northwest Arkansas. And Romancic behind his own net will hoist it the length of the ice with just 4 seconds left on the power play. And now the penalty's expired. Ice Hogs back at full strength. McCray with it. McCray, left wing side, carries it into the zone. McCray around behind the net. Looking for a pass, still with it. Back to Swan here. The shot along the ice that hit traffic. McCray centering a shot. Schimmel with it. Schimmel behind the net gets tied up by a couple of Ice Hogs. Plays it around the boards. McCray doing a good job to get to the puck. Flips it to the corner, but Romancic there for the Ice Hogs. Plays it around. Sanders there for the Stars to the corner. Swan back to Sanders. Sanders throws it toward the net. That was blocked. It comes back to Sanders. Throws it through the just above the crease. McCray with it. McCray still with the puck, doing a good job of protecting the puck. Plays it around behind the net. Chipped up the boards by the Ice Hogs. Kept in by Schutzler. Schutzler had it knocked away. Still with the puck. Now it's taken away by Huang. Huang had it poke checked away. Good play by the Stars. Brought back in by Schutzler. Schutzler had it taken away and played out to center, where where Swan will play it over to Hicks. Off a skate, Schutzler backhands it in. Gloved down by Romancic, who plays it across the shoulder, who fires it the length of the ice, and we'll have an icing call against the Ice Hogs. 8 minutes even to play, second period. Northwest Arkansas with the 2-0 lead. Off the face-off is kept in by Jensen. Plays it at the corner. Clark's going to get there first for the Ice Hogs. Clark avoids one Star, plays it ahead, and here's a pass that hit a stick, deflected back in. Keener. His pass was off Glendenning. Sullivan picks it up for the Ice Hogs back in his own blue line. Now carries it in the zone, left wing side. Drops it back for Saunders. He'll send it toward the net. That got through all the way to Weddlestedt, and he makes a 6 save. The puck to the corner, comes right out in front. Spiker has it for the Stars. Shifted ahead to Jensen. Tried to get it to Gorder off a stick. Bouncing puck. Glendenning took a swat at it. There's a move by Saunders. Had it knocked off a stick to the corner. Saunders gets it back. Tried to throw it out in front. That ping-ponged off a couple of players from the Stars. Able to clear it. Clark back on defense. Back in off the boards. Gorder stole it there. His pass was off a stick and backhanded out of the zone by Sullivan. Saunders had it knocked off his stick. Freed picks it up for the Ice Hogs. Circles it back in his own zone. Now plays it over to Sullivan. The offside pass off the stick of Freed. And Hicks will play it around. Back to the point. Keener keeps it in. Had it. Oh, Keener lost it there, and the Stars almost had a breakaway, but not able to control it. Clark keeps it in over to Saunders. Saunders had it knocked off his stick. Here's a chance for Glendenning back the other way, but a good play by Peyton Keener to sweep the puck deep. Chasing it down is Glendenning behind the net. Back to Hicks. Hicks had a bounce over his stick, and we got a race for the puck the other way. Freed with Saunders. Centered it out. Centering pass. Good play by Hicks to deny that. Saunders takes the puck to Sullivan. He tried to backhand it toward the net, but the Stars able to deny that. Back the other way comes Gorder. Gorder had it poked off his stick by Pittman, who sends it deep into the Stars' end. Puck comes up near side board. Sullivan down in the corner, back to the point, but his defense was not there. Played up the boards as Huang getting it across to Saunders, to Zalordic. Huang cutting toward the net, gets knocked down. We got a penalty coming up with the Stars. And we'll see what this call is. It's going to be Brody Hicks going to the box. at the 9:17 mark. No, it's not Hicks. It's going to be Jensen instead. Hicks went to the box. They're going to call roughing. And the Ice Hogs back in the power play for the third time in this game. Off the face-off. It's battle for the puck. Sanders coming away with it and gets it out of the zone. It was chopped down by one of the Ice Hogs and doesn't go the entire length of the ice. There's a long pass to Zalordic. Tillery got a stick on it. It's played into the Stars end. Emily will get there first. Tips it around for Sanders, who's able to send it the length of the ice. Now Grant ahead of the play on the forecheck. The puck came right out front. Here's Grant behind the net. Played it right out front, trying to stuff it in. But a nice save by Hinkle, playing with the puck. Gains control in his own end. Stolen by Sanders and sent back in. Now played ahead, that hit Sanders' stick. Long pass up, this is Nelson with it. Nelson plays it across to Wang in the slide area, still with the puck. Had it knocked off his stick. Keener had it, then taken away by Tillery. Tillery with it. Tillery knocked off his stick. Picked up there by Grant. Grant tried to carry it in. Knocked away. A nice play by Schroeder. Schroeder and Grant behind the net. Grant comes away with it for the Stars. He'll try to stuff it in. And that'll be covered up by Hinkle as he had the paddock crossed. .37 seconds left on the Ice Hog penalty, 4:20 to play in the second period. Face off to the right of the Ice Hog goal. And off the face off, the puck tied up. Back to the point. Picked up there by Pittman. Pittman ahead to Freed. Freed with a burst of speed. Taking it wide along the boards, looking for a pass, still with a puck. Bounces it into the slide area. Puck loose. Here's a shot by Keener and a pad save. Another shot. And Weddleset got in front of that one. Now the puck comes right out in front. Still loose. Reuter is on his behind, and I think he was sitting on the puck. Somebody broke a stick. Looks like it was Sullivan. He's back at the bench getting a new piece of lumber. Here's Sullivan with a shot, but a puck rolled off the heel. Maybe not used to that new stick yet. Back to the point. Stars not able to clear it. Penalty's over, so Stars are back at full strength. And here's Swan backhanding it, and the puck does get out of the zone. Saunders back at his own red line with it. Saunders cutting through the slot area. Gets knocked down. Back to Pittman. Saunders ends up with the puck. Back of the blue line. Try to skate it through the slot area. Gets it over to Keener with a tough angle shot. And that's deflected up over the glass and out of play. And what do you know? The Stars are going to go back on the penalty kill. It's going to be a high sticking call to Seton Swan. And just as one penalty expires, the Stars go back on the penalty kill. It'll be the fourth power play opportunity for the Ice Hogs. That penalty at the 11:51 mark of the second period. Jensen. Keener has it along the boards, gets it to number 7, but his pass tried to get it to Schroeder, who had creeped along the blue line, and the puck ends up deep into the Ice Hog end. Schroeder back to get it there with McCray on the forecheck. Schimmel comes away with the puck at center, tried to get it ahead. This pass was rolled off his stick. Nelson carries it in, leaves it for Zalordic. His shot was blocked. Good block by one of the Stars. Schroeder with the puck in the corner. Still with it. Hits on him. Back here's Keener's shot. He fans on it. Puck came back to Keener. He gets tied up along the boards by McCray. A couple other players in to help out. Back along the boards, McCray has it and gets it out of the zone. Schroeder, who had Drop back on defense. Plays it up to Zlordik, and clearing attempt by Hicks. Hicks end up with a carom right back to him, and he's able to get it out of the zone. Now McCray will send it the rest of the way behind the net. 55 left on the Ice Hog penalty. Schimmel with it in the corner, gets bumped along the boards by Pittman. Picked up by Keener. Long pass up to Sullivan. Plays it across to Sanders, who had to reach back to get it, and he'll have to regroup. Over to Sullivan, who plays it into the zone, right wing side. Sullivan gets around the defender, plays it right out in front. A good poke check by Jensen. Banked off the boards. Going to be kept in by Saunders at the right point. Saunders skates it down low. Here's pass across. That was deflected off a stick. Back to the point here. The shot right on. And that'll be swallowed up by Caleb Weddlestedt. .21 left on the Ice Hog power play. 90 seconds left in the second period. Off the face-off, Tillery skates it behind his own net. Now lost it. He tried to pull it to the forehand and puck to the corner. Sullivan goes into the board with one of the Stars. Puck comes out. Saunders keeps it along the half wall. Still with the puck, makes a move. Plays it right out front. Here's a chance. Another chance to rebound. And they'll score with 2 seconds left on the power play. A goal with 1:11 to play in the second period, a power play goal.
Ice Hog goal, number 98, Will Sullivan.
And Sullivan.
Assistant by number 11, Chance Reed. And number 4, Matt Saunders.
Sullivan gets the goal, his second of the game. And that's his 11th of the year by league stat count. On the corner, it's Clark with it. Long pass, we're down to a minute to play in the period. Nelson getting around the defender. Nelson with a shot, and he scores. And I think this officially is out of control. Well, with 52 seconds to play in the second period, makes it 4-0. I believe that was Adrian Nelson getting his third.
Number 7, Aiden Nelson. Assistant number 5, Cooper Clark.
Clark with the assist off the face-off. It's Nelson with it. There's a shot, the puck right out in front. The Stars come away with it. A little late in getting the clock started. We're about 10 seconds off. McCray leaves it for... No, McCray's still with it. I thought he tried to leave it for Schutzler. Back to McCray. Swan with it. Back to the point to Reuter. Reuter plays it around to Schutzler. Schutzler will tee one up. Puck off the goal. Now, here's a shot! And that went through. 14 seconds to play in the period. A couple chances. Here's a shot that goes around. Took a funny bounce off the glass in front of the net. Schutzler with it. This is time about to expire. Now the buzzer will sound. I apologize for my clock malfunction. That's the end of the second period, and their score at the end of 2. It's the Northwest Arkansas Ice Hogs 4, the Kansas City Stars 0. We'll take a break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the third period. You're watching Kansas City Stars High School Hockey. Teams returning to the ice as we get set to start the third period. It's Mid-America High School Hockey League action between the Kansas City Stars and the Northwest Arkansas Ice Hogs. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Clarkson Construction, a Midwest leader in delivering innovative solutions for some of the region's largest infrastructure projects. By Global Earthworks and Underground, more than 12 years of mission-critical experience providing expert site utilities, mass excavation, and paving services. and by Crown Realty. Family owned and operated since 1973, the oldest and largest independent real estate firm in the area. We want to thank our sponsors for their support of Kansas City Stars hockey. Well, it's been all Ice Hogs in this one as they have a 4-0 lead. A goal in the first period by Eric Nordwall, his first of the year. 3 goals for the Ice Hogs in that second period. A pair of goals by Bill Sullivan, his 9th and 10th of the year. The first of those, a shorthanded goal. And then it was Aiden Nelson with his 3rd of the year, a power play goal late in that first period. And that gives us that 4-0 lead. Shots on goal heavily in favor of the Ice Hogs. Through 2 periods, they have 26 shots. The Stars with 8. And 8 shots on goal is just simply not going to do it. The Stars are going to have to find a way to get the puck toward the net. Spiker and Freed enter the face-off circle. And we're underway to start the 3rd period. Played into the zone. Picked up there by Romancic. Up to Saunders. Had to come back for the puck. Knocked off his stick by Glendenning, who plays it into the zone. Pittman back for the Ice Hogs behind the net. Plays it around Sullivan. We'll pick it up there. Backhands it. Now the puck ends up behind the net. Centering attempt. Romancic there to deny that. Banks it off the boards. Spiker able to keep it in for the Stars. Spiker sends it deep into the zone. It's Gorder. Good play by Pittman to swipe at it. Knock it away from Gorder. Around the boards for Romancic. Romancic spins it off the boards up for Sullivan. Sullivan lays it across. It'll be taken by Saunders, but he was in just a step or so early. Faceoff will come outside the zone. After the point, it's backhand into the Stars, and Emily will chase after it and play it around behind the net for Tillery. Had it knocked off his stick. Nelson with it. At the center, that was denied by Schimmel, who was looking for it. It was right at his feet. Here's a shot that's steered away by Weddlestedt. Kept in the zone by Nelson. Bouncing puck settled down by Ben Grant for the Stars. He'll play it around for Tillery. Tillery. Took it ahead, is kept in the zone, but Sanders able to clear it out. That hit Tillery at center. Nelson digging at it. Lang had it, but Emily comes away with it for the Stars. Emily into the zone waiting for some help. Tried to send it toward the net, deflects to the corner. Sanders gets there for the Stars, had it knocked away. Now Sanders, here's a chance for Emily. Over to Grant rather. Puck pops up in the air, and it's going to be gloved and held by Henkel. Faceoff will be to the right of the Ice Hog goal. Stars were trying to make a late change, but the referee will have none of that and sends them back to the bench. So you can only change when the referee allows you to change between faceoff. If you don't change fast enough, the referee can send you back to the bench. Here's Saunders with it. Saunders behind the net. Leaves it for Sullivan. To Keener, played ahead. Sullivan with Saunders, other burst of speed, lost it. Grant blew a tire. Tried to get it ahead to Sanders off his stick. Puck out of the zone. Sullivan put a body on Grant. Tillery plays it into the zone. Tillery chasing after it with 98. Sullivan playing it around the boards. Saunders will pick it up there, lost the puck, now skates through the slot area and brings it through center. Right wing side, carries it into the zone, now into the corner and behind the net, still with it, looking for a pass to the forehand along the boards, plays it back to the point. Schroeder with it. Good play by Sanders to knock it away. The puck comes out of the zone, but Chance Freed will bring it right back in for the Ice Hogs and had to wait for his teammates to get back on side. Plays it over behind Schroeder, who reaches back to get it and plays it back to Saunders. In his own zone for Schroeder. Back up to Saunders. Saunders Takes a hit by Tillery. Schroeder in to help out. Here's Swan with a puck, but looks like Tillery may still have been in the zone, so the Stars are going to get whistled for an offside. Face off outside the Ice Hog zone. It's Clark up to Huang off his stick. Rordick plays it ahead, trying to get it to Paxton Keener. Clearing attempt, hit Keener. Hicks plays it ahead, hit Keener again. Puck along the boards. Hicks and Keener battling for it. McCray does get it out of the zone, and chasing after it is Clark. Clark backhands it up to Huang. Huang up the right-hand side into the zone. A good back check by Swan, who comes away with the puck for the Stars. Swan cycles it back up to McCray. McCray to the forehand, try to get it to Morton, but a good play by Schroeder to intercept the pass of the red line. Schroeder backhands it into the Star zone. Hicks in the corner, backhands it up for McCray. McCray spins it out of the zone. And this is going to be, no, they're going to wave it off. Linesman had his arm up to whistle icing, but they wave it off at the last moment. So we play on. Pass is deflected off a skate. Grabbed there by McCray at center. He banks it off the boards. Clark at his own blue line, skates it ahead, sends it into the Stars end around behind the net, goes to the far side corner. Hicks up to Spiker. Spiker with a pass ahead. Here's Gorder. Gorder with some room up the right wing side. Gorder puts on the brakes, waiting for some help. Plays it across off the stick of Glendenning. Picked up there by Riggs, back to, or not Riggs, rather Jensen. Here's Spiker with it. Leaves it there for Glendenning, centering pass, and that's going to be denied by Hinkle, who had the paddle down and blocked the centering pass and put the glove down to cover it up. Face-off to the right of the Ice Hog goal. 10:28 to play in the game. Off the face-off, Gorder had it knocked off his stick. Good active stick by Pittman. Back to the point, kept in by Reuter. He'll send it toward that, looking for a deflection. Gorder was there, but it never got through. Along the boards, Spiker takes a swipe at it, battling with Wang. Centering attempt kept into the high point by Schutzler. Schutzler to the forehand, knocked off his stick. Nelson picks it up for the Ice Hogs and banks it out of the... No, it's kept in by Gorder. Gorder leaves it back for Schutzler, but taken away by Nelson, who skates it through center into the Star zone, up the right-hand side, puts a shot in on goal, and Weddlestedt will cover that up in the pads. Now the Stars in need of instant goals as they trail it 4-0 with 9:48 to play. And have had very, very little success in getting the puck in on Ice Hog goalie Asher Henkel. By my count, he's only had to face 9 shots so far. Saunders to the backhand. Saunders centering pass denied by Schutzler. Schutzler had it poked off his stick. Freed picks up the loose puck. Had it poked away by Schutzler, doing a nice job in the defensive end. Glendenning comes away with it for the Stars. Over to Spiker. Spiker with Gorder. Spiker leaves it to Gorder. Gorder sends it toward the net. Shot just wide of the goal. Schutzler has it there, avoid the defender. Still with the puck, gets hauled down, no call. Meanwhile, Saunders back the other way up to Freed. Freed had it taken away. A good play by Karsten Reuter, and he'll skate it behind the net. Pass off the boards, deflected up by Glendenning, and Coronac plays it ahead, and Freed and Reuter bump into each other. The pass out of the zone, and now we got a race for it. The Stars can get a 2-on-1 here if they hurry. Glendenning with it. Glendenning with a shot, and he lifted it off the glass. Kept in by Reuter at the point. Reuter gets bumped along the boards, able to play it ahead, but a good back check by Saunders, who carries the puck out from behind his own net. Very deliberately playing it ahead, now sends it ahead. It was deflected. And Reuter Circles in front of his own net, now behind the net. Reuter gets knocked down again, and Stars fans wanted to call. Pass right out in front, and Freed scores. A good centering pass by the Stars right to Freed. And that makes it 5-0. Number 13 on the year for Freed. And the Stars are going to get a penalty here as Reuter slammed his stick down, and so Reuter is going to go to the box for unsportsmanlike conduct or misconduct. Let's see if it's going to result in a minor penalty or just the 10-minute misconduct. If it's 10, he's done for the game. There's only 8:19 to play. I haven't seen that they put a penalty up on the board, so I assume it's, and now it does look like it's going to be, nope, it's going to be 5-on-5. So 10-minute misconduct to Reuter. And the Stars coach is not pleased whatsoever with the way this game has been officiated, and I can't say as I blame him. Hicks plays it off the board, poked ahead by Grant. Grant got it back, plays it into the zone. Schroeder with it. Lost it right out front. Here's a chance for Sanders. And Hinkle got a piece of that. Now the puck right out front. They're back at it. Another save. And it's lifted over the net. A couple good chances for the Stars with the puck deflected up over the net. Now hoisted out of the zone. Bouncing puck is picked up by Paxton Keener. Played it across. Intercepted by Swan. Gets it ahead to Grant. Grant with a burst of speed. Grant tried to get around the defender. A good poke check by Clark. Schroeder plays it ahead. It's Keener up the right wing side with Huang cutting toward the net. Over to Huang. Huang with a nice move. Shot deflected off Hicks' stick and wide of the goal. Comes up near side corner. Taken away there by Tillery. But Northwest Arkansas gains possession in the center. Comes back onto the stick of Tillery, who sends it in deep into the zone. Schroeder with it. Schroeder had it knocked away behind the net. Clark comes out with it for the Ice Hogs. Over to Keener. Keener gets tied up by Schimmel. Clark in to help out for the Ice Hogs. Puck still in the corner. Clark plays it behind the net for Huang. Huang brings it to the forehand, skates it right in front of his own net, and avoids a couple of the Stars. Now carries it in. Goes to the forehand as he comes into the zone. However, Mr. Zalordic was in a skosh early. And now we got that running clock situation, so try to keep up here is the 5-goal differential. Face off in the neutral zone is taken there by Jensen, who sends it in. It was deflected, so no icing. Romancic had it taken away by Swan. Centered it right out in front, but Pittman was there to deny that for the Ice Hogs. Now we got a big collision. Jensen and one of the Ice Hogs. Let's see what it was. Nordwald. Swan sends it in the corner. Pittman will get there first for the Ice Hogs. Over to Nordwald. Tried to clear it. Fanned on it. Second attempt. Gets it out of the zone. Jensen circles it in the corner. Plays it ahead. They hit Nordwald's stick. Battle for the puck along the half wall. Nordwald came away with it. Over to Wang. Wang's shot was blocked. And played ahead by Jensen. Morton clears it out of the zone. It was deflected, so no icing. Behind the net. Romancic behind it, gives it to Nordwald. Nordwald chips it out and it's played into the Stars' end. Artillery will chase it down and carry it behind his own net. Pass off the boards, too far for Gorder. Saunders with it at center. Saunders will send it back to Sullivan in his own end. Now ahead to Saunders, off his stick. Good play by Tillery to come away with it. Tillery tried to get it to Gorder. The pass out of his reach. Now we got a collision centers between Sullivan and Schutzler, and there was a lot of mass on that collision. Here's a pass, good play by Spiker to step in front of that. It comes back to Freed. Freed with a shot. And he scores. They're supposed to stop the clock after a goal, but they didn't. Here's Glendenning with a shot, save. Puck to the corner, comes back to the point. Emily with it. Emily had it knocked away. Here's a breakaway by Saunders. Saunders in. And a nice save made by Weddlestead as he got the pad across. Puck played to the corner, comes back out. Koronek behind the net for Sullivan. Centering pass. Saunders had it knocked off his stick. Good defensive play by the Stars. And now Glendenning with Spiker back the other way, 2-on-2. Freed coming back to help out. Puck poked away. One of the Stars went in the boards pretty hard there. And meanwhile, Freed with it. Freed will carry it in, gets the puck poked off his stick right at the blue line. Back the other way is Glendenning with Spiker and Gorder. Glendenning will throw it in, and that'll be gobbled up by Henkel. Face-off is to the right of the goal. It's Huang and Schimmel. Passes out of the reach of Nelson. Played ahead. Here's Schimmel into the zone. Carries the puck wide. Now cuts it back to center and back to the corner. Looking for a pass. Had it knocked off his stick by Huang. Huang to Nelson. He gets it up back to Huang. He plays it ahead to Keener. Keener had it poked off his stick. Jensen. And now we got a collision in the boards. We got a penalty coming up, and Schutzler is going to go to the box for the Stars. Kneeing is the call on Schutzler. That penalty with 12:47 to play in the game. And in Northwest Arkansas, I've lost track of how many power plays they've had. Here's the shot that's deflected over the glass and out of play. I guess by my count, that's their 5th power play. The Stars have had 1. Hillary backhands it out of the zone. It'll be Peyton Keener chasing it down inside the zone blue line. Plays it ahead for Pittman. Pittman off the stick of Freed. Here's Schimmel back the other way for the Stars. Schimmel tried to play it in, and he calls down one of the Ice Hogs. And the Ice Hogs fans wanted a penalty, but no way you call a penalty on that. This is good hockey. Here's Freed had it knocked off his stick. Sullivan centering pass. Pittman was there, but it was poked away by the Stars and out of the zone. Saunders will circle it back in from inside the red line. Brings it up the right-hand side. Now cuts to the front of the net. Shot, save made. Puck behind the down in the corner. Freed has it there for the Ice Hogs. We're down to a minute to play in the game. Freed with it. Over to Saunders in the corner. To the point to Keener. He'll send it toward the net. That's deflected to the near side corner. Pittman picks it up there, tried to get it back to Sullivan, back at the point, over to Freed. Freed's shot, that deflected over the net, down to the corner. Grant for the Stars, hoists it back to center. And Saunders with it there. Saunders to Freed. Freed sends it in, chases after it. He and Tillery Going after it. Tillery gets there first, plays it there, but Sullivan, for the Ice Hogs, sends it right through the slot area. Off the boards to Keener. He'll throw it toward the net. That was blocked, hit traffic. Saunders comes in, picks it up, sends one wide. Now the penalty's over. Stars back at full strength. Here's Schutzler in the final seconds of the game. Schutzler sends one toward the net. That's deflected wide. And a puck in the corner, and the game will end as the buzzer sounds. And now we got some pushing and shoving as Sullivan puts a shove on Grant. And that's a pretty big mismatch there. Well, the final score is the Northwest Arkansas Ice Hogs 6, the Kansas City Stars nothing. These same two teams will be back tomorrow morning at 9:10 a.m. We'll have the action live for you on the Kansas City Stars YouTube channel. I want to thank you for watching. Once again, our final score, the Northwest Arkansas Ice Hogs 6, the Kansas City Stars nothing. You've been watching Kansas City Stars High School Hockey.